It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC North foes. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Bengals, and it comes your way next.
Banked by the Ohio River and the city's abundant. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In the season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. They figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most glaring weaknesses. In this game, it's about emphasizing those strengths, hiding those weaknesses, and playing some winning football.
He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. It's no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Looking to throw right away. Completes it to his running back, Zach Moss. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
On target to his man Higgins. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's go.
They'll run here. It's Zach Moss who gets it. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, up the middle, gonna be pretty tough for this safety to make a play through all the traffic. But you want to range outside? You want to get into his domain? You better be careful because this strong safety will put you on your back.
Running on 2nd with Moss. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
This one taken in by Chase. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Ready, go, on my right.
From the red zone now. Renfro on the catch. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal.
Check, Panther, ring it, check.
Moss crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals finish up an excellent opening series. Zach Moss, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they'll be let out by this dual-threat quarterback.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that's separation.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Let's go now. Trying again following the sack. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
3rd and long for him here. But not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Right back to Pollard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Let's go. Again, a run with Pollard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They give to Pollard from the gun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Pollard And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. And he's been one of the central pillars of this offense this season. Right now sitting second in the NFL in receptions. Ball at the 33 for first down. Airing it out to start this drive. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Pass play coming here. On the quick slant here, it's Higgins. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing it again here. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll have second down as they look to continue this good drive. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the Steelers' 9-yard line.
19 Lions. Set up.
Pass play now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Be able to muscle somebody up.
Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review.
Hey, check. Hey, kill.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Calvin Austin on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's not just a blip for him this year. He's been one of their go-to scorers on the ground as we get through the heart of this season, leading all quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make a miss in the backfield.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Back to throw now. It's taken in by Washington. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They go play action on first. Rolling out to his... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down, ready to turn it into a negative play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That's taken at the 15. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives.
Ready?
They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Throwing from the gun here. Catch made by All. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Cole Holcomb there on the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Throwing from the gun. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Play action on 1st down. He's got him. That's Moss. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll run with Moss. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. The throw is caught. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Steelers offense headed out. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Steelers 1st down. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Steelers with the football. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
Here's a throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And just like that, a very run-focused drive comes to an end that time with an interception.
You know, a lot of times, Kate, when you're finding success running it on a drive, it's because the defense is just waiting for you to throw it. And that's where they're
The Bengals ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end.
Ready, set.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Ready, let go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's Gesicki. He's got it. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. On target to his man Higgins. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 16 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here we go, set.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Hey,
McPherson at the point after.
Hey, check. Hey, kill.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals stretch their lead to 21. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Got Washington, it's complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
He's trying to push the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, he's going to run for it. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. And I know we're still in the first half, but you look at his totals, Brock. It's looking like 100 yards isn't just a faint possibility. It's almost a certainty with how well he's been mixing some dual threat reps into his work here. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll go. It's Pollard. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
Throwing now on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and short.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We've hit halftime here in Cincinnati. The Bengals carrying a lead into the locker room. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Keon Coleman up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far.
Here's
But
McPherson
there's still
on to
plenty
handle
of
the
time
kickoff.
left for this one to tighten up significantly.
His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. The running back gets it on the draw. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
2nd and 15. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Looking for a throw here. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Here we go, set.
Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses. And a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Bengals are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Set up. Hey, hey. Alert. Alert. Smash, smash.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. And he's brought down for a loss.
That extra half second, Kate, that's it. You know, we talk about timing in the passing game all the time, the precision. It's the same thing with the drop. If you have too long of a delay, you give a D-tackle like that a chance to get home and make a play.
Let's go now.
Back to throw on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Go.
Slot receiver headed left. They'll run here on 1st down. And the defense gets there. Small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your...
He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And And the Bengals continue piling onto this lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Setting up a throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Bengals get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
Here we go. Ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Throwing here on 2nd and a handful. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals parlay the interception into points. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals grow their lead yet again. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They run the counter to Pollard. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh no, they get him yet again. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That pick 6 ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him.
Could have used some points, and they're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. Heading right back out there, you better flush it fast.
McPherson at the point after.
Hey, check. Hey, kill.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals tack on 7 more to their lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Austin. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Let's go now.
First and 10, it's Pollard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
2nd and 13. Has it at the 7. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Complete to Darnell Washington. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers cut into the lead by another point.
Steelers 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Starting from the 5. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The home teams and T. Higgins back in possession here. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? Bronco switch. No, no.
They're going play action. Able to find Renfro here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Okay, ready?
One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Set. On lock line. Check.
Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Let's go.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
They gain 14 on the play, and it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
He'll throw it yet again. Got him in. It's Gesicki. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Bengals football, and they've got to be pretty darn happy about this lead to start the 4th. They'll come up 1st and 10.
Ready. Set up.
From the red zone now. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
The throw is caught. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. Huh.
They'll run here following the penalty. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Bengals continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Zach Moss, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a toss. It's Pollard. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kid, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's running for it. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
The Steelers set to punt it. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Fields this clean at the 30. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be Bengals football. 1st down, ball at the 36. They go counter, it's Moss. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
And he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Throwing from the gun here. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's the give to Pollard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch, too.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. This time it's a passing. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The home teams are getting the ball back as Zach Moss runs out there. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Here we go, set. Bring it. Check.
Up the gut, they go with Moss. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Roll.
Right back to Moss now. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming. And, boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
3rd and long for him here. This one taken in by Chase. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completes this one to Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals continue adding on to that lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing from the gun. Buying some time right. Now here he goes. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding, offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. About 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be 2nd down for him. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Steelers just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
So out now comes the punter. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He'll get this complete to McLaughlin. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They bring a tight end in motion right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
Ready up.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Ready. Reno. Hey. Hey. Check that.
Running out of the gun with Moss. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
So in the jungle, the Bengals take the win. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance of completing that season sweep. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals emerge as winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.